There was this guy. He knew he couldn't beat me. He hired his homies, $50. He paid them to jump me. It didn't go well. They come at me, teeth get knocked out.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I turned around and picked up my tooth. I walked to the hospital. I remember the nurse's face when I walked in the emergency room. She's like,
okay.
You need anything?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know, blood's coming out of my mouth. And I was like, yeah, I need you to put this back in my mouth. She's like, you need a dentist. And where's your mom?
Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time. I confirmed it. A whole society determined to show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Determined Society. Before I introduce today's amazing guest, I want to invite you to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Leave a written review after I've earned it. Would love to hear your feedback on what you enjoy about the show. And for something that you want to hear more of, please send me an email, Shawn.French@thedetermined.society. And don't forget, guys, share the episode with someone you know, love, and trust who will get a lot out of this conversation. So today I have with me Edgar Munoz. He is from Iron Valley Real Estate Prestige here in beautiful Virginia, and we're gonna have an amazing conversation and hear about his story. Welcome to the show, bud.
Shawn, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure, man.
It's a pleasure, man. It's been great to get to know you the last couple of days.
Yeah,
been here. You know, you had you came after my emotions with your San Francisco sweatshirt yesterday. You know,
who do you follow?
I'm a Niner fan, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up there. I grew up. I grew up in the East Bay.
Well, we had a brief conversation, right? And you know, life is life, right? So
yeah.
Something happened. I think we all walked away. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Dude, it was chaotic. It was at the gym, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was it at Iron Asylum last night?
Yes, it was.
What an amazing gym, by the way.
Great. Alvin and Kyle are stand-up dudes. I love their partnership because they're so different. Mm-hmm. They just complement each other so well. Absolutely.
You know, and this is the gym, like, you know, there's big box gyms, nothing against them, right? But, you know, these individuals, they have 4 locations and they want their people to show up. They price it at such a great price at $39 a month, and it's a trainer's gym, dog.
It's like your dream. If you lift weights, free weights, they got the machines there, but plenty of space.
Yeah, dude.
New Year's comes around, it doesn't fill up.
Of course not. Well, I mean, it's 25,000 square feet. It's kind of really hard to fill up.
Man.
Massive, dog. But no, so that was fun last night. But yeah, listen, man, I totally understand. You know, it was chaotic there. We were moving in, I think we've been moving in like 9 million directions since Thursday when we got here. But dude, no, yeah, I grew up in Concord, California.
Okay.
I was born in Walnut Creek. And I grew up a Niner fan, man. Like, as a Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Brent Jones, and Roger Craig era.
I'm wearing the enemy's colors today.
Yeah,
right? This looks more like a Dallas jersey, but I mean,
you got some bipolar disorder going on. You know, you had Niner colors. You have.
Well, in the 80s, I mean, that's what I grew up watching. Was the 49ers were dominant, Raiders were good also. And if you wanted to be a gang member, you were a Raider fan.
Yeah,
right? That's the LA rules.
Dude,
that's where I
scary shit ever. I'm going to tell you something. So, back in junior college baseball, I was at Los Medanos College. That was my first JUCO. And part of the requirement there is you had to fundraise. But one of the ways we fundraised is we didn't go door to door for shit. But we were going to Raider games and being the event staff.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to lose my life one day, dude. So, you know, imagine, you know,
That's the old stadium.
Bro, they're in Oakland, right?
Gone, yeah.
In Oakland, yeah. And so, you know, we would go and they would brief us and we'd have the stupid ass jacket on that no one respects. The moment someone sees an event staff guest, they're like, let's fuck with this guy, right?
Right.
So one day, I was placed on the third deck, and it was miserable. It's hot up. It was hot, and you always like, hey, you can't be on the railing. Hey, you can't do this. Hey, you can't do that, and you can't turn around and watch the game.
And this is after, you know, everybody's been pre-gaming outside.
Oh, dude.
3 hours of drinking.
And like you said, Raider fans are not like 49er fans or Cowboy fans, or they're like, you don't want to mess with these people, dude, right? I mean, they could have been just out of San Quentin. You don't know. That you don't know about those people. Sorry to
profile Oakland Raider fans. Well, they're Las Vegas now, so
I'll say it for you, man.
But dude, God, man, it was scary. So this one time, there was this guy. He was just like on the railing and like just spilling his beer. I was like, hey man, can you? I was like, listen, dude, I don't really want to be here, man. And I'm not here to tell you what I get, but I'm gonna get kicked out of here if I don't say, hey, can you please remove yourself from the beer?
Right.
Spilling beer everywhere, dog. Like, cool, have a good time. Back up a little bit, like whatever. I can't control it, but like, can you help me out? Hey man, no problem. And he kind of looked at me. It was like no problem, but it was like there's a problem. I'm like,
oh, that kind of problem.
Motherfucker, dude, this is not going to be good. So then, like 20 minutes later, a female was doing the same thing. She had, like she wasn't fully dressed, and I didn't see. I looked, and I'm like, and I was like processing through my mind. I'm like, okay, I gotta tell her to move now, and I went like this to tell her to move. The guy goes, "You piece of, because she's hot, because she's a girl, you're not gonna tell her to move. I'm gonna whoop your ass." I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, dude. I'm like, no, man. I was just telling. I'm like, whatever. And so like I had to they literally had to move me spots because this guy was really wanting to fight me.
Yeah. That alcohol gets in them and that pride, right?
Bro, it's crazy. And then one time I worked the end zone, or they call it the black hole.
The black hole, yeah. They're out there spitting at people and
just
throwing crap.
Scary moments, dude.
Yeah, I'd go tailgate. We'd have the Battle of the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be there every year.
With the A's and the Giants, or the
No, Battle of the Bay. So I'd be there for the 49ers.
Okay.
Raider games, and we'd get there 3 hours prior, tailgate, and I'd always have like a big crew with us.
Yeah.
We travel well, and you got to be on your P's and Q's.
You got to be careful, man. It's like the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Remember that guy that got beat up so bad he's like a vegetable? I don't know if he's still alive or whatnot, but like he was at the game, I think, with his family.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I mean, come on. Over a game.
Yeah.
Over a game.
And and it's nice to go to the games and just you heckle people, whatever. Raider fans, I'm always like, you literally cross-dress to come to this game.
Yeah.
Like, relax, bro.
Yeah. I mean, come on, what are you doing here? And you're tough?
Yeah. I can't take you serious with all that makeup on your face.
Dude, seriously, my uncle's a Raider fan. I'm like, dude, you're pretty vanilla, dog. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, really, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
You got some high heels in your freaking closet?
Yep.
But no, dude, so catch the audience up on who you are. Obviously you're a veteran. Talk about your journey and how it led to real estate.
So, originally born in San Diego, raised in Southern California, LA area, San Gabriel Valley. Mm-hmm. This is gonna sound weird, but my dad was in the Cartels before, the Cartels were popular.
Yeah. He was an OG.
Yeah, yeah. So he grew up in the area, is Durango, Mexico, and that's like Sinaloa, Durango, Mazatlan is the tri-states.
How close is it to Tijuana?
Far.
Okay.
Far. So when you see the shows, Sinaloa, Durango, it's the middle of Mexico.
Okay, got it.
But they got to get through Tijuana.
Mm-hmm, sure.
So he was connected through there.
All right. Okay.
But the reason real estate sparked my interest because you got to do something with the money.
Yeah. Oh.
He had hotels. Oh, wow. Yeah, he had hotels in Tijuana. He had commercial real estate in Rosarito, Ensenada.
Yeah.
And properties. So we would go literally and live at different properties depending on the year when I was with him.
Wow.
So I was old enough and I was lucky enough to watch him make all these moves. And he was like, you need to get into real estate. This will never end. And because he, like all the stories, right, they're trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the seed.
Okay.
To real estate then. But grew up in LA, not LA, but El Monte, California. And then I moved to San Dimas.
Okay.
So I go from El Monte, which is gangs everywhere, all Mexicans fighting against the Asian gangs. Yeah. And then I moved to San Dimas. And if you're old enough, you remember Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. That's San Dimas, right?
Yeah.
Culture shock for me. Now I'm around all white business,
upper middle class, rich, wealthy.
How was that for you? Like when you say culture shock though, because I get it, right? It's not a good or a bad thing. It just is.
It just is.
So like, but what was that experience like and how did you adjust to it?
Well, the adjustment was I was still the cool kid because it's like, oh shit, there's this gangbanger in our school, right?
Yeah.
Like,
were you a gangbanger?
No.
Okay.
No, because my family was cartel related.
Yeah.
So we were the suppliers. I don't make sense of it until later on, where it's like I had enough cousins and family where we held our own. We didn't have to join anything. So we supplied and, you know, did everything on our own. But then I moved to San Dimas. Now we're moving up, leveling up.
Yeah. And
still got to go to school. Now I'm in San Dimas and different demographics, different everything. And to be frank, I was out there on my own selling weed. Like, that's what I did. So I had a friend, he had a backpack, a locker room. I had my backpack, and we'd be out there doing whatever we need to do. So, you know, what the cool thing was now, whereas in El Monte, I would sell somebody something. In San Dimas, they're like, hey, man, well, you want to go smoke with us? And that's how I started making friends in San Dimas. So it was a culture shock because I'm around all these white guys, surfers, this, that, and the other.
Just getting blazed with them. It's fucking awesome.
And then it's like, at the time, it was nickels and dimes.
Yeah, dime. Twomp sack, the twomp.
So I'd sell them something. They're like, hey, man, you want to go smoke? Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So now you're selling it, but you're also.
Now I'm networking, but now I'm going to these guys' houses and I'm looking at this different lifestyle. Yeah. And I'm learning business. And then I'm still dressed the way I am, but it's like, I don't fit in here. It's still awkward.
Right. The identity isn't quite matching where you're at yet.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I had a kid young. I was 16.
Okay.
So what I did was I got married early. I went to Arizona, got married, so get emancipated. Strategically, so I could get my own place.
Yeah.
So at an early age, me and my mom didn't have a good relationship, so I never got along, didn't really live in the house. But I was making my own money when I got my own apartment, did everything on my own.
What was the point of contention with you and your mom, if you don't mind me asking?
Man, it was rough. She got here at 16 years old from Mexico. Her mom passed away when she was 11. I know this now, so I understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, of course.
So all brothers, all males, they live in, if you guys have been to Cancun, it's just jungles. They lived out there. So they sent my mom over with my grandma who just passed away.
Oh, man.
And she was raised here. And similarly to me, I'm an only child, so I didn't have brothers and sisters to lean on. So she's here by herself, being raised technically by her family, but it's not the same. Right. You know, you can't go talk to your brother or your mom or your dad. So she didn't know how to really be a mom, I would say, as far as nurturing.
Yeah, man.
And then my dad was out, so he was never home. He was out doing his trips, doing whatever. So growing up, I remember she was always working, right? So she's not around.
What did she do?
Man, I remember going back to Almonte. I remember being in the factories. Well, they're not the sweatshops.
Okay. Wow, man.
So all the fake Gucci and everything. I was there. I was as a little kid, I'd be in the box, giving her the little tags that she's on the.
Yeah.
She worked there. She worked in clean. She was always working.
Okay.
She was never on the welfare system, never collecting. So, you know, mom.
Yeah, man.
Always working, but so we never had a relationship. Never got hugs.
Damn.
Even to this day, I don't think it's been fixed. You know, I give her a hug, give her a kiss.
So she's still around.
I pay for her house. I take care of her, man.
That's amazing, dude.
So no matter what we had, I understand her upbringing. I can't hold it against her. She, just like myself, I didn't have that real father figure or person to really raise me, like to be a father.
You know, let me ask you a question, man, because, you know, obviously we have different stories, but, you know, my mom's always been around. I didn't have a father figure in my life until I was 9.
Okay.
And he's my dad. Like that's my dad, right?
Yep.
I mean, we've had our shit. You know, we've gone years without speaking. And in fact, we recently reconnected again in September. And I'm taking it for what it is, man. You know, I still need my dad. I need my daddy. You know, it's like, you know, I've always... It's been hard, right? Because we've disagreed on a lot of stuff. But I would not be where I am without that, man. Yeah. Like, you know, I always had the level of determination and discipline deep rooted within me, but that dude brought it out in me, man. He showed me how to work, right? He showed me. And, you know, the one thing like you, I look at is like, I understand it now. You know, like now I can have a better relationship with him.
You don't hold it against him.
Not anymore, man. It took me years to let it go, Edgar. I swear to you, it was like, fuck you, let me show you.
Yeah.
But he was just trying to make me aware, like, look, dude, like all you really have right now is baseball. What happens when it's done? And I always told him, I was like, well, I have a good personality and I could talk to people. I was like, I ain't gonna pay you.
Yeah.
Here we are. But he didn't know that wasn't a thing back then, right?
No. Well, my dad, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but like he was gone. You got to think he was a teenager. Forget me. I'm still living in the States. I got my own place at 16. This guy is leaving Durango, Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico, San Diego, San Francisco, doing all these trips before he was 20 or 18.
Wild, bro. Wild.
Yeah,
wild.
He was.
Yeah, I guess my question that before I got, you know, emotional there, it was, how has the relationship with your mom, right, for what it is, and the fact that you didn't have your dad around, how has that impacted how you've become a parent and how you operate?
So my dad was a good father. And I'll bring this together. So my dad, in his way, he tried to teach me business.
Yeah.
As far as moving money. And then also he did remarry. I have half brothers and sisters, and we went camping. We went to concerts. We went to whatever he was doing, he made time for the family. Whereas my mom was always working all day, every day. And even on the weekends, she did Iron Valley. All the people here know her because she's always cooking, baking, doing things for small events.
So she's here.
She's here.
Oh, man.
She's here. So when my dad died in 2003, I was already gone in the military or whatever, but that distance and that time healed a lot of stuff because now I get to think I'm not with her. I'm a grown man now, kind of moving on my own. But then that curiosity gets the best of you. Like, how did you and my dad meet? You know, why did you come to the States? I didn't even know my grandmother had passed away from cancer when she was 11. Like, I didn't know these things.
Wow. So your mom lost her mom when she was 11 due to cancer.
Right.
So she didn't have that mother nurturing.
Not at all.
That's why she didn't know how to give it.
Right. So she was raised by men.
Yeah.
And so she would just beat my ass whenever something.
Got masculine energy, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So to the point where at when I was a teenager, we kind of squared up. Like, you're not going to hit me again.
Yeah.
Like I'm
done with this shit, right?
Yeah. And I apologize for all those things.
Of course, yeah.
And that's how it kind of started. Once I came back, I was like, Mom, you just have to have that conversation. I understand.
Yep. Yeah.
I have to be the bigger man and say, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to hold this against you. And although we haven't had those deep conversations because she is just in her ways, that's who she is now.
That's who she is, man. She ain't changing now.
No. And then I'm the only child. So what I did was I have the grandkids. I got her a house here. So instead of paying a daycare center or whatever, throwing my money away over there, I said, how about I get you a house?
Yeah.
I'll pay your mortgage, pay the bills. It's going to cost me the same.
Yeah, exactly. And you're here.
Yeah. And you ain't got to work if you don't want to. Where do you want to go every year? I take her on trips and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how we're kind of making up time right now.
Good, man.
And she's all into the kids. And then, well, going back, let me just say, I joined the military at 18.
Okay.
Traveled the world, had a great time. Got to travel before 9/11.
Good for you.
Different world, right?
Yeah.
9/11 happens, then Afghanistan, Iraq, did all those deployments. I got out in 07, met my wife, who I'm with now, but didn't get into real estate because I was always moving every 2 to 3 years because of the military.
Because of the military, right, of course.
We went to Japan because my wife's also active duty.
She's still active duty?
She got out. She just retired 2 years ago.
Okay.
We went from Japan, moved to Virginia. This was her last duty station. So now I could really go get my license.
Yeah.
Go get into real estate, something I've been yearning and wanting to do. And first 6 months was shit. I didn't tell the goddamn thing.
I bet, dude. So let's talk to the audience. And I want to address the audience really quick because that's a great point. Like when we build something and we start a new career or an entrepreneurial journey, like I don't care what anybody says, like real estate agents they are entrepreneurs, right? Now they're not selling their own product, right? But they eat what they kill, man. Like that is the true definition of entrepreneurship, right? But guys, it's not going to be this quick escalation of success. You know, you cannot expect, you know, I said this to somebody the other day, I was like, it's not the easy bake oven, man. It's not the easy bake oven to success. And he died laughing. He's like, did you make that shit up? I was like, I did. But like everybody wants that quick, I'm gonna be a realtor and I'm gonna sell a house within a month. Like it just doesn't work like that, man.
No.
How did you work through it?
It's far and in between of those people that do make it that first year or like the first year success. What I will say is you hear about the open house strategies, the marketing, the flyers, all that, the guerrilla tactics, if you will.
All the fluff, yeah.
That you have to go out and get it versus attracting business. There's two different things. So what I was doing is exactly that. I was door knocking. I was hosting open houses. Okay. What about the minute things? What if I do get to talk to somebody? Are they qualified to buy? Nobody. So joining the right firm or the right mentor or whatever team is crucial those first 2 years.
Sure.
To learn all those things, because even if I did talk to you and you did want to buy a house, what's the lender? What kind of loan program can I assist you with?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no clue.
You got to be more of a consultant, right? Like be able to like now when you speak to somebody, like, hey, are you working with a lender? Have you been pre-qualified? Do you know what your budget is? Right? What's the top end? What's the low end? What are you looking for?
Yeah. In the beginning, it's like, oh yeah, I got $100K in the account. I could buy a house, right? Oh, sure you can.
Sure you can.
Proof of funds, right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You're too embarrassed to ask those type of questions, those probing questions in the beginning when you're new.
Yeah. And so
I didn't have those skills.
Yeah. So like now if someone said, hey, I got $200,000 in the bank, I'm ready to buy it. All right, cool. So, hey, so I'm going to go, tell me what you want. I'm going to find it within a day or two. And then we're going to go buy a house, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look.
Well, no, are you ready to buy, right? Like,
what's your criteria? Look, I'll look this up while I'm doing this. Email me your proof of funds.
Yeah. Boom. See ya. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah. Or, and now it's, send me a screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing, right? As you build those skills, you didn't have those first 6 months. You probably didn't have them the first year. But as you start to elevate your education and your knowledge over the next year or so, year or two, those things start to happen, right? You get in a better cadence. You get in a better, pattern of conversation with people. You know what I mean? And it starts to grow pretty quickly at that point.
Yeah, and my aspirations were always to own a real estate company, be a broker. So I did have those aspirations early on.
Yeah.
And a team, I caught the eyes, or what I did was I strategically would host open houses on a vacant house that was staged. And there was a team that was basically had these flips and they would stage them.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I did multiple open houses at their properties. And they're like, shit, Edgar, you work harder than our team members. Why don't you join us? So they recognized my value, my work ethic.
Yeah.
Just doing what I do throughout my whole life was just consistently working, which I thank my mom.
Yep. So your mom was just trying to survive, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing where she didn't want to be around you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
she was
like,
trying
it's
to support me.
Yeah, she's trying to support you. She your dad and her split, and that's life, and she had to do what she had to do, man.
Yeah, she didn't get anything from my dad as far as compensation. Now I did get in trouble every now and then, and he'd have to pay the fines. So he did help there, but yeah, that's how I initially got into real estate, and then my success came from those teams that team that I joined, and they taught me how to talk to people over the phone and convert and get them to a lender or figure out solutions on, just scenarios that are just kind of out of the box.
Yeah, man. Specialty loans, like whatever it takes, right? Like, then they have like the USDA loans, they have like the VA loans, they have like.
I mean, we're heavy VA loans, but at the time it was a different market. Somebody owes $4,000 on a car and they got a $400 payment. I could pay that off with a VA loan, if I negotiate.
Wow.
So I could not only get your closing costs, it's like, well, now you could actually afford this house for $350 if we pay off your car.
Wow.
Hey, seller, your house has been on the market for 30 days. How about you give us $9,000 and $4,000 and we take this off your hands right now.
Pay off and boom, qualified.
So little things like that would help. Or our little rehab loan, right? Like, oh, you want to move into this community, but you could only afford $350, but you want to get into a $400,000 community? Well, we could just buy this crappy home and get you the rehab loan.
That's just crazy, dude. So then the rehab loan, you're able to.
There's different types. The 203K loan, I would say, is the most popular, but I would utilize that. And one of my first agents was actually my client that when I started a team, and we got him a house for $150,000. He put $80,000 into it through the loan.
Oh, wow.
He sold it years later for like $510. Not years later. It was like maybe 2 years later.
Wow.
So double this money.
That's great.
And that's where I take pleasure. It's like,
is that your favorite thing about real estate? Seeing people win?
Hell yes. Yeah, I mean, in general, seeing people win. Yeah. I don't get moved by money. If you talk to the guys, I don't wear jewelry. Yeah. I don't drive the flashiest car or anything like that. It's the mission.
Yeah, man.
What do we need to do? Like, and if I believe in it, like, yeah, man, I'm on with it. Let's do this.
It's so funny because like I'm the same way. I mean, dude, I do have a nice vehicle, right?
Right.
I drive a TRX. It's my dream car. Like,
dope.
I love.
Well, I'm into old school, so
yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You got throwing some hydros on that?
Yeah, that's the LA thing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna throw hydraulics.
But no, like, so I drive a nice vehicle, right? We have a nice house, but like for me, like, these are my nicest pair of shoes. I don't wear. And people say like, hey, dude, like, when are you going to get a Rolex? When are you going to get a Breitling? I go, never. Because like, dude, like, honestly, like, that's just not me. Like, I could have $5 million in the bank account, and this is just not me. I would rather like spend it on experiences with my family, or put it back into my show and go on more road trips and interview interesting and amazing people. Because what I found is a lot of the the A-list people will want to be interviewed, but like, you got to go to them. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's an experience, right?
Yeah, they're valuing their own time.
Yeah. I mean, dude.
You were just talking about it.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Michael Burt did say he rents his jet sometimes. So, like, I might be, I might have to take my team on the jet one time.
Yeah.
But like, it just, like, that kind of stuff, like, for me, like, I'm not a big flashy dude. I'm just some dude from Concord, California that grew up in the fucking ghetto that used to have to run home so he didn't get his ass kicked by the Bloods.
Okay.
I mean, I was a dork, dude.
Okay.
I was wearing the hyper-colored shirt, the one that changed colors with the turtleneck, shitty-ass mullet, and then like the Vanilla Ice lines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, damn. Bro. I mean, like, I look back, I said to my parents, I'm like, why'd you let me do that?
Right.
But no, but that's the thing, man. When you come from humble beginnings, like and I didn't realize that I grew up in the ghetto when I was growing up in the ghetto, right? Yep. I knew that there were some seriously dangerous people at my middle school, and even
that was life.
But that was just life, man. That's just how we had to deal with it back then.
Well, there was stupid rules that I grew up with, like, don't touch the shells on the ground, like, because you don't want your fingerprints on it. Yeah. Like you see random shells, you don't touch them as a kid. Like, they teach you that. Like, you're learning this where I'm from.
Wild, dude.
Like, that was a rule.
Like, it's funny. Like, I remember one time, I after school, 5th grade, this guy, Ken Karubin, God rest his soul, he passed, I think, probably, I don't know how long ago. But he was in that life, he he was a fighter, man. He was the toughest kid in school. Could throw hands, and he ended up, spending time in San Quentin, which is like one of the dangerous prisons on the planet. And ended up, I don't want to say how he passed. Right, I think it was self-inflicted, but probably maybe 6. I don't know how. It's like 6 years ago, and it was sad. But I remember one time in 5th grade, I got in a fight with my good friend Brandon O'Shea. What's up, Brandon? We got in a fight. Remember that shit, dude. Remember that shit. And he called my girlfriend a dog, right? He's like, oh, you're a dog. And it turned out like he actually had a crush on her, right?
Right.
Wanted me to break up with her. Her name was Jacqueline. I can't remember her last name. My wife, coincidentally, my first girlfriend name was Jacqueline. My wife's name is Jacqueline. Them damn Jackies, bro. You get me. So we ended up squaring up at in 5th grade, and I hit him once, and his nose bled, and it was really cold, right? So I got blood all over my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And I go into my teacher. I'm terrified. I'm sweat. Like, me and Brandon got in a fight. I'm sorry. Like, whatever we need to do. Like, I've got blood all over me. And that day, started circling around 5th grade that King Karubin wanted to beat my ass because he's like, oh, you knocked. Now you're a threat. Now I'm going to show you where you're at. And so I remembered I was so terrified, right?
Waiting for that.
I ran to my car. Like my mom, my dad, and I thought my mom was picking me up.
Right.
And my dad. I ran to the car. He's like, why are you running? I'm like, just go. And King Karubin comes up. He goes, is that dude trying to fight you? I go, he goes, get the fuck out of the car. I go, He goes, get the fuck out. Trust me. And I got out. And Ken's like, well, let's go. I'm like, why? And then it never happened. It never happened, right? It never happened, but like, I'll never forget that. Like, my dad's like, get out. Yeah. You're gonna face this. And I didn't realize then it's a gift, right?
Yeah, I think I would say 90% of the people cannot match the energy sometimes. And I learned that young, to your example right there. So early on, I started fighting. We would throw on gloves. So I was a good fighter. And to the point where, your first fight, if you've ever had a fight young in elementary school or whatever, you kind of black out. You don't remember.
You don't remember anything.
By the time I was in high school, I saw every punch, everything. And I did boxing lessons at a gym by my house. But there was this guy. He knew he couldn't beat me. He was this gang or whatever. He hired his homies, $50. He paid them.
To jump you.
To jump me. It didn't go well. I got word they were going to wait for me. But again, a little bit different because I told my friend, I was like, no matter what happens, that guy that paid him, just fuck him up.
Yep.
Don't worry about me. I just want him. So it happens. They come at me. And again, this is just a different level of mindset that I was in by then, then the type of life I was in. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They threw the first punch, missed me, got the first guy. And it's only so much you can do with 3 guys.
Yeah.
So we boxed it out. Teeth get knocked out.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
So that's where I lost my teeth. So.
Damn, bro. How old were you?
14.
Damn.
14 at that time.
Damn.
Lost my teeth. School buses. Everybody's watching. Some of these guys are not from the school. I did not knock me out. They had me against the fence. I fought as long as I could, but after it was over, people are running, the school guards, whatever. My friend threw me a shirt and I just kind of wiped it off. I just kind of blended into the crowd real quick. I turned around and picked up my tooth.
Oh my!
It was one tooth that I found.
Yeah.
So it's laying there. Have you ever seen a tooth?
The root.
They're long.
Yeah, they're big, man.
I saw it on the ground. I picked it up and I just started walking. This is how young and ignorant I was, or didn't know shit. I walked to the hospital. And if you've ever seen Martin, like you see the face all swole, that's probably what I look like. Because I remember the nurse's face when I walked in the emergency room. She's like,
okay.
You need anything?
Yeah, I'm here.
Blood's coming out of my mouth. And I was like, yeah, I need you to put this back in my mouth. Like, that's what I did.
But put me to sleep.
That's what I
can't do that, bro.
She's like, you need a dentist. And where's your mom?
Working.
Yeah, this is not the cell phone days. This is 94, 93, 94. So, yeah, that's the life I lived. And just taking care of myself, right? Like, I'm going to walk myself to the hospital and they're going to put this tooth back in my mouth.
Easy. Like,
and it doesn't cost money, by the way.
Like, it's a freaking Lego, right? Like, dude, this is interesting. And so the audience right now is probably thinking, like, how does this apply? Well, it applies 1 billion% to what he does now and why he's so successful. So tie the two together, right? That life to what you do now.
Yeah, so the fear.
Okay.
The fear.
Okay.
Though even in the military, I worked with weapons. Those things could blow up. I could die.
Yeah.
Same thing living that life. I was in fear until I was not. And then it's like, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? And we were talking about earlier, all the traveling is like first world problems. It's like door knocking. What's the worst they could say? No. Like that is not in fear of my life.
Yeah.
Like I lived a different lifestyle that the fear of somebody hanging up on me, telling him, no, I'm not interested. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
All those rejections, that is not in me. I've been through a lot worse. Like that, a simple objection, it's just funny to me. It's just like people are so scared. They call it analysis paralysis.
Yeah, paralysis by analysis.
Just to pick up the phone and dial, and nobody's gonna answer that phone call.
Well, because here's the thing, dude. Like, and I love what you're saying right now, because people feel, well, hold on. They attach an emotion to a task.
Yes.
It needs to be an emotionless move. Like, if I have something that I think that you would benefit from, I have to remove the emotion from it. I'd say, hey, Edgar, look, dude, I can help you with this. Are you interested in talking about it? And you say, no. I go, okay, well, is it not in alignment, or is this a bad time?
Yeah.
It's not a good time. When's a better time?
Yeah, and
it's like just remove the emotion.
And it's a call. So when I would call you, let's just any kind of cold call, just like, hey, French.
Yeah.
I saw you're looking at properties. What's up?
Yeah.
That's how I'd call you.
Dude, I love it.
That's it. It was not like, hey, I saw you. I'm so and so from Iron Valley Real Estate.
Yeah.
Are you? No, I'm just like, hey, French.
Yeah, I
saw you're looking at a property.
Because if you called me randomly, hey, French, what's up, man? I saw you were looking at some properties. How can I help you? Wait.
How do you know my name? That's the first question.
I'm like, wait a second. Who is this? Oh, this is so and so from Iron Valley Real Estate. Why'd you call me French? And then you would say, I don't know, man. It's just me.
Oh, well, it's the area. Oh, I thought context. Hold on 1 second. So when I was trained, by the time I see your name, I'm going to Facebook stalk you. I see your prior military.
Yep.
Most of us go by our last names in the military.
Because
I'm not going to call you Shawn.
No, and I wouldn't want you to. But my point is, if one of these people trying to get my business, when I answer the phone, this is Shawn French, what's up? Like, I'd be like, dude, okay. Like, even if I don't know this person, they already know me. Right? So I just think that's a more authentic way to handle something. Now, again, guys, don't be calling your prospect like, yo, McGinnis, what's up? But like, if you, it has to flow well.
It does. And read the room, right? That's what you hear. So we are here, Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads.
Yeah.
Heavy military time.
Yeah. Yep.
More people are going to talk like me and relate to me.
Yep.
Because that's the way we talk.
I love it, dude. That's great.
So that's 90% of the people that I'm researching, because all I would do was take your name, social media, nothing is a secret anymore.
No.
I'll just go to your page, prior military, or married to a military man, or we're not. And then I know which way to carry the conversation. If I was going to be VA loan heavy, I know which way to go.
That's one of the things that drives me crazy though, dude, to be honest with you, is like, is the other end of it, right? Like, we live in a day and age of technology. Like when these people on Instagram try to, get my business, like, you look at my page, what do I do?
Yeah.
A podcast, right?
Yeah.
They'll send me a message. Hey man, do you have a podcast? Delete. Like, are you that lazy? Are you that lazy? So we live in a world where you could literally pretty much find almost everything about me. Like, go in and type in the search engine in Google, Shawn French, The Determined Society. It'll give you everything.
So
Chat GPT me. It'll give you everything. Show me effort.
So when me and my partner, so Eric Edwards, who's in California, shout out to Eric Edwards.
Yeah, you're opening up, you're expanding out there.
So we opened up Iron Valley Real Estate Prestige, right? So there is the realtor side, non-realtor side. We're on the non-realtor side because we're in a unique situation here where the REIN MLS system is not privately owned by the Realtor Association. Okay. So we have the option to do either or. Okay. Half the agents here are not. So we have something they need. Let's open up the brokerage. Yeah. The gang. So we opened up Iron Valley Real Estate Prestige. I'm principal broker of the place. And I get calls constantly to be recruited to other firms.
I bet. But why? I mean, I'm the broker.
Owner. Like, broker owner.
Like principal broker, dude.
My other partner is an owner. You can go to my social media and you'll see us. Iron Valley Strong.
Yeah.
Hashtag Iron Valley Strong. Iron Valley this, that, the other owners. We did some, anyways, what I'm getting at is exactly what I did before. You could literally go to my page, just scroll down and see that I am the principal broker owner of this company.
Yeah.
And you're still calling me, which shows me you did nothing.
Nothing.
Why
would I leave what I own to go be a number somewhere else and build your empire?
Yeah. So, I mean, like the last one, it's I looked at the brokerage. I'm literally sitting there and they called me. Not going to name a name, but they have 20 agents. I was like, hey, no, serious question. It's the recruiter. Please turn around and talk to your owner and I will take your company on. Shut it down. Get rid of the overhead, all the headaches of being a broker. I'll bring the 20 agents and I'll charge you a flat rate every month. $3.99 for your whole team.
What do they say?
I'll note it. No, don't note it.
No. Ask. Yeah.
I've had on my calendar to call the guy today.
You do.
It'll be like, hey man, look, I know you're out here recruiting. You only got 20 agents. Let's get rid of that over.
Yeah. Come on.
Just come and join us. We got all the systems, all the training,
everything. Like family, bro, community.
Yeah, bring it on over.
Yeah.
I don't mind that you called me.
That's great, dude.
But to your point with technology, like you could have just simply just looked on my Facebook page and saw that I'm an owner.
Love it,
with
man.
Over 100 agents for that firm.
100 agents, dude. Let me ask you a question, man, as we kind of, dive into the end of the show. And by the way, it's been amazing having this conversation with you. I love real life conversations, learning about people, but also tying in how that upbringing, like your mom, your dad, the fighting, how it made you the entrepreneur that you are now. I think that's freaking so interesting. And I just hope that people are out there listening right now is like, well, if he's done it, then why can't I, right? But the last question I want to ask you is, well, one of the last questions is, this is the Determined Society, right? And I created this platform because my dream and my wish is to wake up in a society that people they were determined to chase their dreams and their goals, no matter how they felt emotionally every day. So no matter what, they were going to move just a little bit towards that goal. What does determination mean to you?
It's that obstacle. You're going to hit a wall. No matter what you do, you're going to hit a wall. And that's where that second gear needs to come in. It's in there. It's in everybody.
Well, sure it is, man.
It doesn't have to be physical. It could be just, it's really mental.
Sure it is. Yeah.
It's all mental.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, it's like, it's just one day at a time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The daily task you're doing today is for that future accomplishment you want to get to. So don't focus on the end goal that you're not going to make it. No, just focus on finishing that day up.
I love it, dude. And that's a great point, man. And for the audience listening, it's like, if you feel like quitting, I heard this somewhere. I wish I could cite where I heard it from. It's not proprietary. I always preface that because I don't want people to say, like, he took that from me. Right. Like, hey, I heard that over there. It's not mine. But like, if you feel like quitting, just finish that one day.
That's it.
Quit tomorrow. Make that decision tomorrow. Quit tomorrow. And then the next day, if you still feel like quitting, finish that day. Yeah. Right? Because I cannot tell you, there's been multiple times where I've wanted to stop.
Yeah. So yesterday we had the bike. I forgot the name of the bike.
Oh, it's called an assault bike.
Well,
and that's what it looked like. It felt like
it was crazy. So Betsy Vega is one of my agents.
I love her.
Betsy Vega. I wanted her to finish that.
I know.
She didn't want to. She didn't want to because she's growing. I'm grooming her, and she has an emotional growth that needs to happen. But that was a great challenge for her. I think she wanted to quit like 8 different times.
Yep, I know.
I think we physically kept her on the bike at some point.
But you know what it's going to do? That's going to help her business.
Yeah,
because she's like, I can do hard things. I did this assault bike. I can finish this. And as much as people want to think nothing that's not connected, it is.
It is. It's
discipline.
It's discipline. It's a sense of pride, a goal. I finished it. If you would have quit with 20 calories left or whatever it was,
what are you leaving on the table, man?
Like you did all this shit. You're still in pain.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt anyway.
In the military, we say you're in the shit. Yeah, like you're in it.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
No, I adore her. She reached out to me, prior to me coming and tagged me in some stories. And I'm like, I like this person, And I just think that she's going to be a star for you for sure. And you can tell she's in a growth pattern right now.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful thing to see, man. It's a
first year in real estate, she closed over 20 transactions. So not a slouch.
And
she gets her own business, and there's an emotional growth there that needs to happen where don't let your emotions get the best of you.
Yeah.
And especially in the real estate world, stick to the contract and the processes.
Yeah.
And you'll be okay.
Yeah.
In the military, we say, there's all these rules and everything was written in blood.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these rules were there because they're written in blood.
Yeah.
In real estate, it's the opposite. Everything was written because of lawsuits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So stick to the contract, learn it inside out, and stick to your process. You'll be okay.
I love it, man. I love everything you guys are doing here. You guys are movers and shakers. You guys are my people. And this has been such an enriching experience to be up here in Norfolk and Virginia Beach, to get to know every one of you guys. Like, you guys have it figured out. Like, you guys are grinders. You do what you need to do, super disciplined. And you guys are taking everything that you learned in the service as far as deadlines and systems, and you're bringing it over here to the community. And I just tell you, man, I just am so freaking impressed by all of you. That's no bullshit.
No, and thank you. Like, I appreciate that. And honestly, I really appreciate the time you've taken, because I've seen you guys. I've been watching you guys obviously work.
Yeah, man.
AM to PM with us.
Bro.
So
we went from yesterday, I think the first show was at 8:30, and we didn't wrap until 10:15 last night.
Yeah.
9 shows in 2 days.
Yeah. Crazy.
Full length.
And not,
it's wild.
Breaking down equipment and moving the equipment and setting up again. And
my team, Grit Media.
Yeah.
They're
shout out to those guys.
My wish for every show is that they have somebody like them.
Yeah. Everybody needs to have those people.
They remind me to eat. Like, they're my people, man. They're family. And so get you guys someone like them or get them.
Yeah. They believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
They believe in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's their business. Yeah. Nobody is gonna care more about your business than yourself. So don't get offended when the people aren't doing what you want to do.
Well, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Edgar. Listen, guys, I want to remind you to hit subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We grow the show and we get to do amazing things like this because of you guys watching and pouring into the show and letting us know what you want to hear. So please share the show with someone you know, love, and trust, like I asked at the beginning. And don't forget to leave a review. I want to hear what you think. But until next time, guys, stay determined.
Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined to show.